I love the rat who came to dinner. This is the second segment of the 5th episode of the 4th season of Arthur, and in this one they've had some really bad weather recently. It connects very well to the previous episode, or the previous segment, the blizzard, and Mr. Ratburn's got a problem with his roof, so he is not able to stay in his home while they're doing repairs. To be honest, I feel like he probably could have stayed there. It didn't seem that severe, but nevertheless, Arthur's family invites him to stay with them while they're doing the work, and Arthur is livid, to be quite frank. Of course he doesn't want his teacher to stay with him, and Buster gives this great speech about how school is school and home is home and never the twain shall meet. Nevertheless, Mr. Ratburn stays, and Arthur quickly realises that actually Mr. Ratburn at home is quite different to Mr. Ratburn at school, and it's all about the fact that teachers are people too. And I think, given the target audience of Arthur, that's a really important message. I think a lot of children don't necessarily think of their teachers as people and having lives. I know whenever any of my teachers when I was in primary school would say, they'd mention a family member or something they did at home, and it was so weird to think of teachers as having, home lives. And DW even comments at one point that she thought teachers lived at school, which, for a very young child, I can see being a reasonable assumption. But it's all about the fact that Mr. Ratburn is a different person. I love the fact that DW called him a different name every time. Absolutely loved it. I love the concept of Spooky Poo. Spooky Poo is a parody of Scooby-Doo. It's brief, it's flitting, but it works very well, and I really enjoyed it. And I had a lot of fun with this episode. Teachers are people too, as this episode champions, and I really liked Mr. Ratburn in this, and I thought Arthur had a pretty admirable approach once he began to realise the truth about his teacher. Definitely a segment that I really thoroughly enjoyed.